Hey guys, Chicken Bake here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to paint your panels with Rustoleum. As you can see here, I already painted my car, but then I fucked this panel up, so I'm going to have to do it over again. I'm going to show you guys how to paint with Rustoleum paint cans. This is what I'm going to use, Rustoleum High Performance Enamel Paint. This thing works really well, and it does polish up real nice. So I'm going to show you guys what you should do first. As you can see, I already started scuffing up the panel. There's way too much orange peel. It's taking too much time wet sanding, so I'm just gonna dry sand. You're gonna want it to 500. Well, if it's really bad, you would start off with 220, but you're gonna start off with 500, and then we're gonna start sanding. This is the 500 grit I was talking about. I got some Harbor Freight for like $3. So and you could also get and I got this thing from Harbor Freight for about $12 or something. This thing helped a lot, and it's really durable. Also, don't forget a respirator of some kind. You don't want dust in your lungs, and you don't want to paint your lungs black, so I'd recommend getting one of these. So yeah, it turns out I needed 220 instead, because it was taking way too long with the 500. So I'm gonna use 220, then go back on top of 500. Alright, now you're going to want to finish hand sanding the 220 with the areas that you couldn't get by your hand. So as you can see, that this right here, I couldn't get that with the sander and under the mirror. So I'm going to have to do that by hand. Alright, so I got this 2-in-1 filler and sandable primer. So once you sand it down 220, you want to give it a coat of primer, so you could see what you didn't sand and then you could fill it in. This is also filler and primer, which means it will be sandable, and it's kind of like Bondo in a can basically. So as you can see, the more coats I'm gonna put on, it's gonna start covering these things up, and I'm gonna come back with 500 sandpaper. And then once I give it 500 sandpaper, it's gonna be smooth. So I've added some primer to the areas that are not super flat. Now I wait for this primer to dry. I'm gonna hit the other spots down there with 500. And then by the time I do finish that should be dry. Alright guys, so once you've set it down dry 500, you're gonna wanna get either foam and some water, or you want to get one of these sanding blocks and dip them inside the water, and then you're going to let your 500 get chill for a while in the water, and then you want to get a microfiber towel, because these things hold a lot of water, and then you're going to start wet sanding your primer. Alright guys, I have the mask on right now, but I'm going to show you guys how to paint after you've primed the area you need to prime. I'm going to use Rustoleum High Performance Enamel. I'm going to start spraying this. So what you want to do is make it a test area and then start spraying. Alright guys, so the first coat is going to be a little stripy and blotchy, but you need this as a tack coat, and then after that's going to get better. Alright guys, this is the final coat. After 3 coats, this is how it came out. You could see some reflection based off the gun I used. This is obviously a lot better, but the thing is though, it started raining a little bit, so there are a little bit of runs and stuff from the rain. Not necessarily rain, this is just drops of water. Like it's gonna rain in like an hour or something probably. I checked the weather, it said it's not gonna rain. Anyway, yeah, you want to take off the masking tape and stuff before you let it dry outside. After it dries in about a week, we're gonna buff it and sand it.